reaction. The universe is governed by these laws. It says the universe is governed by these laws, action and reaction. You know, same as what you would call you reaping what you sow. If you sow something, then you must reap that. So it's same as action, reaction, cause and effect. For example, fire is neither negative or positive, but its use will determine the reaction it will cause. Man has the free will to choose how to use everything at his disposal. In rebuilding your destiny, after changing your thought about the Almighty Creator, who wills all things into being, you must change your thought about yourself. But you cannot change what you are not conscious of, so you must meditate on the information given here until it becomes a part of your everyday thinking. Now that's really key right there. And you notice that when I said the All or the Almighty Creator, I didn't say God, I didn't say Jesus, I didn't say Jehovah, I didn't say Adonai or Yahweh or none of these beings. I said the All or the who? Muhammad. Yeah, I ain't say Muhammad. And none of those other beings. I said you must meditate on the Almighty Creator or the All. And the reason why I don't even say the Creator, because you have to realize that we all are created to a lesser degree. So when you say, well, the Creator told me this, the Creator told me that, okay, you must even now, you have to be specific. Because we all are creative to a certain degree. The Creator gave everything that it created the power to create on a lesser level. So just saying the Creator is not really enough. You must specify what Creator. Because the enemy or the devil can jump up and say, hey, I'm a creator too. So when you don't specify and be specific, because remember we said you must use precise language? So when you just leave Creator out there in the open, any demon can come along and think you're talking to it, because the devil creates havoc and hell in your life. And some of you experiencing that right now, the havoc and hell that you are having in your life because you've been praying to your Creator called God and Jehovah and Jesus and all these beings that you have no clue who these beings are. You don't know who these beings are. But before this lecture is over with, I'm going to show you who God is. Because it shouldn't be a mystery, none of you, who God is. Because the person who gave you that name, they clearly let you know who God was. They even gave you a picture of God. So y'all can't say y'all don't know who God is. But y'all want to pretend that you do. So let me get back to this. But you cannot change what you are not conscious of, so you must meditate on the information given here until it becomes a part of your everyday thinking. Sit back and go into the silence. I know that's hard for a lot of us to do because we always running our mouth, we always running to and fro, we always got somewhere to go. I was telling somebody about the Sabbath. I said, now, do you know people to this very day have a wrong definition about the Sabbath? They actually think the Sabbath means going to a building and worshiping or whatever. Really, the Sabbath is for you and your body. See, they don't even know that the Sabbath is a day of rest for your body. It has nothing to do about going to mosque, temple, or church. If you are going to work 5 or 6 days a week, your body needs rest. There needs to be at least one day out of the week where you don't have to do nothing. Don't you know driving the car is doing something? Don't you know that cooking is doing something? Don't you know sitting up at the hairdresser is doing something? Don't you know even going to church, screaming, hollering, clapping, and singing, you are exerting energy. That's not resting. So when does your body rest? The Sabbath meant for you to sit your tail down and do nothing. The hardest thing that you should do is think. That's what the Sabbath is all about. It don't have nothing about you showing up in no building. It is about you sitting down and taking the time that if you don't need to cook no food, don't cook no food, because that's still working. You can't cook food and be resting. You're supposed to rest. Driving the car is not resting. If you got to get in the car and drive to a building, you have not rested. Yes.
So in other words, you're saying the Sabbath is supposed to be a day of laying back, reflecting on the things you've done that week so that you can make adjustments to carry on next week.
Yes. What I'm saying is that the Sabbath is a day that after you have worked, labored, and toiled all that week, whatever you do, that you should have at least one day where you have nothing to do. Your body must recuperate. You see what I'm saying? You have exerted your body. You have pushed your bodies to the limit. And so it too, if you want your body to perform to its optimal, maximal proficiency, don't you think that it should have a day where you just require it to do nothing? I mean, the hardest thing you should make it do is go to sleep. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying don't eat, but I'm just saying you don't need steak and potatoes. I mean, you can have some fruit and crackers. That's as hard as you want your body working on the Sabbath. Don't give it a big, huge meal, because even to digest that food is making it worse. So the Sabbath is the day where you let your body, at least after all its work for the whole week, that you allow it not to do anything. Just sit down and rest. Sit on your porch and look at the sunset. You see what I'm saying? Even reading is really making it work. I wouldn't even suggest that you read. But the people running off to church, you see how much work you got to do once you get to church and mosque and shit? You're not resting. All that singing and clapping and hoorah around and acting a damn fool. You have not rested. So that's why it says that the Sabbath was created for man, not man for the Sabbath. See, how many people today realize that? Everybody on the planet is practicing the Sabbath totally incorrectly because they refuse to give their body rest. Your body needs rest. The Sabbath is for your body to get itself some rest. But since you have the free will and you control, if you're stupid enough to think that the Sabbath means running way across town and doing everything but resting, is it any wonder that you start off the following week and you still tired and run down? And then you wonder why you're catching diseases, why you're catching colds, why your immune system cannot fight off all of these various bacteria, because you won't do a simple thing like give yourself rest. I look at the hectic schedule that you people who live in America, I mean, you people don't slow down. I mean, this is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week system y'all got going here. And is it any wonder that the health is so poor here in America? That the disease rate, you see what I'm saying? Why the people stay so sick? You got to change it with your thinking. When you come into an understanding that you need some rest, I mean, do someone actually have to tell you?
I'm saying for everybody.
Huh?
It's like a domino effect. You know, you get a few people to follow some kind of scheme they have set up, and then others start doing it, and others start doing it, and then, because I mean, at one time, no one basically worked on Sunday.
That's true.
At one time.
That's true.
And then they came up with this thing, you gotta eat.
Mm-hmm.
So companies stayed open.
The corporations.
And then so that made other people have to work also. So now it's an ongoing thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what energy you might have left over, they set it up so that you can party 7 days a week.
That's right.
So the energy that you use up at work, the rest of it you use up party.
Right. Well, see, I was studying the society that they have over in Europe. See, over in Europe, they shut everything down at 6 o'clock. Over in Europe, they don't have this 7-day-a-week business run to and fro, because they made a decision over there that family and family time was very important. Over here in the United States, we said money was more important and family came last. So you have to realize that when you make money your ultimate objective, okay, those who control the money, which is the capitalists, if they can create a 24-hour cycle where that you don't have to get no sleep because y'all rather have the money. But there are other countries who said, okay, family time is more important to us. But when you have a government that is not working in the interest of family and not working in the interest of its citizens, because they don't care how many of y'all die. They don't care how many of y'all are tired and don't get to spend time with your family. So the people get what they support. See, if y'all didn't support this type of system, you wouldn't have it. So obviously, Americans support a system where they get to be worked 7 days a week, 24 hours around the clock. So y'all want that because if you didn't want it, you wouldn't have it. But you have to realize that ultimately, the price you pay is that you will get ill, that your life expectancy will be lowered, meaning that you don't get to stay on the planet as long, and that you cut out your family time or the time that you would be spending with your family. You now have to go to a job. And of course, those who control the money, the capitalists, they're happy with this because while you are on the job, they're with their family. They in Hawaii, they in Tahiti, they in Barbados, they over in France having a good time with their family. When they vacation, I mean they can vacation for a month or two at a time. Whereas you might get 1 week and then you got so much catch up to do, you don't even really get a vacation. So the people who really benefit from this society are not really you who put in all the sweat, equity, and labor.
Well, it's like I don't know what you call it, the president can't see far off. You know, it got nearsighted or farsighted. It's like dangling a carrot in front of
nearsighted, the one who can't see far.
You know, he has that line is on both sides, so you can't see what's going on around him. Carrot dangling in front of him, and that is that elusive or imaginary pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. All your efforts to see the thing is that because what we're chasing after is that which you will never get.
That's right.
Our life is being dwindled away. But we never get to see the reality of life until we come to see someone like you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And that's my whole purpose for being here, because based off the misinformation that we have been fed, we have been operating from misinformation. We are doing these things because we were told to do them. We watched our parents do it. We watched their parents do it, and we just think that this is what we do. And we can sit up there and see how it's harming us, but we don't know how to change it because we think that this is what we must do. We think that this is how we have to live.
Would you believe that the system is set up to, as you were saying, disconnect and disassociate us from the vibrations of the higher consciousness, RNA, which is working 7 days a week.
Most definitely.
And this that so well. You also have to understand that what you're doing, there's not enough of it going on. So they have TV, they have radio, they have newspapers, magazines, this, that, and other. They have lectures set up so they can make you further lost in your oblivious condition of nothingness. But what can we do? Because if the parents don't know, and they've been taught all their life to be blind, then how can they correct it?
Let me explain to you how I learned, because everything you saying, I was faced with those same issues. I saw the television. I was told to become a Christian. I was told to go to church. The very things you're speaking of, but there comes a time in your life where things just don't make sense, and that as you are living, you're not happy. You don't see the fruits of your labor, and you begin to question stuff. So that's what I began to do. I said, you know what? Even though all these adults have told me this is how I should be and this is how I operate, I'm looking around and I'm looking at the results, and the results aren't pretty. So either someone has given me some misinformation, or there has to be some better answers. And when I began to ask myself, okay, where are the better answers? And when I went to all of these so-called places that they told me, because they was like, well, go to church. All your answers are at church. So I went to church. I was obedient, I went. But as I went to church,